to Jackalope Tales, Urban Legends and Music, where we uncover, is it real or is it a jackalope tale? I'm your host, Charles Mooney.
And I'm Lisa Umbarger. Charles and I are original members of the Toadies, so now we're podcasting.
Ho, ho, ho!
Oh, yes! Christmas episode!
Speaking of jackalopes, our second Christmas episode.
Oh my God. Yeah. Baby's
It's
second
becoming a
Christmas.
tradition.
I know, right?
But yeah, we've been able to come up with something else to talk about for Christmas.
Right. We are big Christmas people,
Mm-hmm.
and we like Christmas specials, like all the claymation and stuff. When we were
God,
kids.
grew up with that shit.
Rudolph and Santa Claus is coming to town. But we also like the variety show Christmas specials.
So many freaking variety shows when we were growing up.
Right. So we're going to talk about two that were not as good for different reasons.
Nice.
For
Yeah.
different reasons, but
They
we're
did
not as good.
Go over well.
No.
Yeah.
With the audience nor with the networks.
No, it just seemed to be that if it was the thing to do then.
Yes.
I mean, everyone had a variety show.
Right.
And for those of you that might not know what a variety show is, it was kind of where they did skits or they do a little musical performance, usually an hour show.
Well, there's one on Netflix right now that's trending, and it's like the number 2 or 3.
That high?
Yeah. It's crazy.
What?
Sabrina Carpenter's Nonsense Christmas.
Oh, God.
And you've seen it advertised.
I saw it on the Netflix list. You've watched it.
I watched it. I took one for the team.
Now, let's say this, though, because you told me that reviewers have been kind of giving it praise.
They have fucking loved it.
Really?
Right.
Okay.
Because I was like, oh, there's going to be a Lone Star salute right there.
Yeah.
No, people fucking are loving it. Although I went back last night and now there's some negative ones because people like me are like, I'm going to watch this piece of crap.
Yeah.
And then gave it some lower reviews. But when it first came out, it was just like, this is a fun romp through the old variety show.
Well, and that's kind of my mindset thinking about it. It's almost like, man, if they can pull off a variety show nowadays,
right?
Kudos to them.
Right. She had a lot of guest stars, just like the variety shows of yonder.
Yeah.
Lore.
Yeah.
So here's my take on it.
Okay.
First of all, the lighting and everything was cheaply done. It was just weird. It looked cheap.
Oh, what?
It looked like a Target commercial to me all the way through. I expected that they would show up and like show how to decorate their house and you can get some shaving cream. It looked like a Target commercial.
No.
Yeah. All throughout. I kept looking at it. It's like, yeah, they hired Target's advertising company and that's who did this show.
Wow.
So that was horrible.
God.
All the costumes looked like they were going to a figure skating competition. And seriously, it was like, what is this? Where's the skates? Because they're going to skate.
Yeah.
But they look like figure skating costumes. So they were cosplaying skaters.
Now, when we're talking the ratio of singing to skits, was it like one and then the other?
Yes.
And then the other?
Yeah.
And then the other?
Yeah. And it was
because I didn't know she was an actress.
Oh, she's not.
Oh, okay.
She's not. She's not. So they were trying to do little cheeky things so she would get done singing and walk through the hall and she'd run into someone from SNL and they'd have a little skit and make gay jokes and then she would go back out and sing.
What?
It was oh my
God. And you didn't like that?
Well, it wasn't good.
It wasn't good.
Tell some good gay jokes. But they had a live audience there. Or
no.
I'm doing live because a lot of the singing and stuff didn't look like it was live. But they were all dressed in prom attire. So I think maybe that they advertise, if you missed your prom, here's a second chance for your prom, and show up. And they showed up and it's Sabrina Carpenter Christmas special because they were all dressed for prom. Why is that?
Oh.
And it was all older people.
What?
Yeah. So it wasn't a bunch of young people. It looked like or they were dressed like old people because they're wearing old prom dresses. I don't know. It was just weird.
See,
and they were all laughing and clapping like, yay.
Oh, God.
And it was, yeah. So it started off with Sabrina Carpenter on this tiered thing that looks like a wedding cake.
Yeah.
Singing shit Christmas songs.
Yeah.
And it was all shit Christmas songs. It was she did have a new one where she uses a tuner thing. It was I don't even know the name of the song. I didn't even take time to figure it out. It sucked.
So this
like
wasn't even worth it.
No, it sucks. Like if you tune in and watch the first song, you've got it.
So not even so bad. It's good.
Chapel Roan's in it, and she sings well. Sabrina Carpenter's not a bad singer.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as pop music goes, I'm not going to go so far as, to say that she's end all be all, but yeah, it was horrible. And then they have this one skit. There's this one really horrible skit where Sabrina is introducing her friends to her new boyfriend, and he comes in and it's Santa, and she doesn't know it's Santa.
Oh, God.
She's like, he's just a nice guy. Don't make fun of him because he's older, and quit body shaming him because he's fat. And it was just a goofy, uncomfortable, awkward skit. And then there's a knock at the door, and it's Mrs. Claus, and it's Shania Twain. And Shania Twain doesn't look like Shania Twain anymore. Have you seen her lately?
Yes, I have.
She's had a lot of work done, and it's like Jennifer Grey from Dirty Dancing, where they don't look the same anymore.
Yes, right.
It's a completely different person.
That's
so
weird.
I think it's an imposter. In fact, we should do a podcast about that.
Twin.
Yes. Yeah. And so it was like the clone Shania Twain.
Yeah.
Yes, the clone of Shania Twain shows up at the door as Mrs. Claus, and she's all mad. Or then she's not mad because she's like, we have an open marriage and whatever. And then they're gonna.
Seriously?
Yeah, it was weird. And
can't believe they'd go that direction on.
But basically, it was it should have been called the Bratz Dolls Christmas. You remember those dolls?
Yeah.
The Bratz dolls?
Yeah.
Because everyone looked like they were either a figure skater or a Bratz doll.
Okay.
And if you would have told me it's the live action Bratz doll Christmas special, I would have gone, fuck yeah. That's what it is. And then I would have not watched it.
Yeah.
And I would have that time back in my life.
God.
It was shit. Yeah, I can't overly state how much it was shit. They did have one funny skit. One skit. That was a song skit with what's his name? Mooney from SNL.
I know who you're talking about.
Not Charles Mooney.
No,
but the other guy.
I haven't been.
The other guy with the same last name as you.
Yeah.
And he's the brother-in-law that shows up, and she sings a song about not knowing what to get him for Christmas.
Okay.
Because she doesn't know anything about him, and no one gives a shit.
Okay.
And he goes off on the things that he likes. He's like, I like sports and football. Anyway. But that was the almost funny skit.
Oh, man. That's the
rest of it was shite. It was shite. It was complete shite.
Well, thank you for taking that Christmas bullet for
You're welcome.
us. Yeah.
Welcome.
You've educated us, so now
you don't have to watch it. But the one cool thing about it, and I wish they would do this more, is the format was the old school variety format.
Okay. Yeah. Which would be cool.
Because we grew up with, the variety show formats.
Oh God. Yeah.
I mean, how many shows, Laughing and all those other things.
Oh, yeah.
Skit, funny skit, singing, funny skit, whatever.
Yeah.
The Smothers Brothers, all those things.
Oh.
And
right.
So we're going to talk about two variety shows that were Christmas specials today.
Oh yeah, they were musical in a way.
Do you want me to go first?
I don't know. I mean, mine's about Hee Haw.
Let's hear it then. Let's hear Hee Haw.
I know, and Hee Haw. Oh my God, that variety show.
You know what? They need to bring Hee Haw back. I hated it as a kid. I hated it, but it was the only thing on, so we watched it. We could watch Lawrence Welker Hee Haw.
Oh God, and I would choose Hee Haw,
and we chose Hee Haw.
Oh yeah,
it was barely won.
Yeah. And this was during the time too where they'd kind of push the envelope. I mean,
with the Daisy Duke shorts.
Oh, yeah. And some of the humor, it was kind of the old South of like, well, let me act like I'm a gay person and get laughs and that.
Well, I'm pretty sure all of those people looked like they were all hopped up on goofballs too.
Well,
I mean,
true.
Yeah. And
when you're in cornfields like that, it's
Yep.
like, yeah, you can't help but go that route. But this was in the early 70s. And it seemed, of course, everything variety shows and then the Christmas specials, they would just crank those out.
Right.
And so Hee Haw decided they wanted to do a Christmas special. And it was called the Hee Haw Hoedown.
Genius.
And they billed it as a cornfield Christmas spectacular. They promised homespun charm, heartfelt carols, and family-friendly laughs. Because Hee Haw, even the regular episodes, because I mean, you had Roy Clark, Buck Owens, and all these famous country music stars, they would go and sometimes they'd be involved in the skits, and then they'd also have a little moment for music and things like that. But with this one, what aired that faithful night was could be considered a Christmas debacle, and some people think that it was the worst Christmas special ever.
Oh my God.
Because of some of the subject matter and things like that, which we're going to talk about. And so, of course, the opening number for the show, it began with the Hee Haw Honeys. Those were the ones that kind of, what do you call those shirts where they're real short and they tie them in the middle?
Shirts.
Yeah. And they were dressed in skimpy red and white apparel. They were more like bikinis than they were short shorts, but they were short shorts and they were tight. And then you had the tied shirts, and they did a bluegrass rendition of Jingle Bell Rock.
Okay.
And I mean, Grandpa Jones, I don't know if you remember.
Oh yeah,
him.
I remember Grandpa Jones.
He introduced them at the start of the show, and he even said, "Nothing says Christmas like a little leg under the mistletoe." So you can tell kind of where this is going.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're there, and then all the skimpy apparel and singing the Jingle Bell Rock. Now, another concern about the show was who they chose as Santa, because they didn't want to use just a regular on the show. They kind of wanted to lend that fact that Santa is a real person and it's not just someone dressed up.
Not just someone picking and grinning.
No. And so they decided to hire a relative of one of the writers.
Okay.
And he was known as Cousin Earl. And who did seem to have an issue for drinking bourbon, just like it was sweet tea. But every time Cousin Earl would come out as Santa, he had a jar labeled Holiday Cheer. And he'd kind of be stumbling a little bit. And he did a comedic skit with Buck Owens. And you could actually even kind of tell that Buck Owens was kind of put off by him.
Right.
Now, videos of this are hard to find. I mean, because I remembered it from when I was a kid, but I haven't been able to find specific videos of it. But supposedly Buck Owens is looking kind of like about this guy who's kind of looking nasty. But it's like he's the Santa even says, like, you know how they do all the one-liners and the skits and things. He said, "I don't do chimneys no more. I do drive-throughs now, quicker and less suit." And rumor had it that you could see a few wet spots at Santa's crotch. Not sure if it was not sure if it was the sweat of the outfit
or the way the light was hitting, but
or the way the holiday cheer was being consumed.
Oh no.
With the skit. Now, other skits they did that seemed to go a little too far that included cast members. You had one where they were parodying Christmas figures. You had Minnie Pearl playing Mrs. Claus, and she cackled about how she'd been real naughty with two elves. And the two elves were the twins that looked exactly alike.
Right. Ooh,
those
creepy.
were creepy. The
That's
guys.
so freaking
because they had
creepy.
that flat hair and it was like the receding hairline.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
perfect for elves.
That usually have some hay straw in their mouth.
Yeah. Oh God, yes. Because they had that little moment on the skits when they'd be sitting with a girl at the hay. Oh no.
It's weird.
And then there was one where Roy Clark was dressed as Frosty the Snowman. And he had a carrot nose, but his nose was one of those small carrots.
Uh-huh.
And he says to the camera, "It gets cold sometimes, folks."
Oh man.
And of course that canned laughter goes off. So they're kind of really pushing it for a Christmas special. Now the piece de resistance came during the nativity scene because the producers thought it'd be a good idea to set the birth of Jesus in a cornfield. So
Americanize it.
Oh yeah, make it Southern. So you had cows instead of camels.
Okay.
And Buck Owens was Joseph, and one of the Hee Haw honeys is Mary. And of course, the joke of the skit is that someone lost Jesus in the cornfield. And then
got him.
And then, do you happen to remember the guy named Junior Samples?
Yes. Yes.
So at the end of the skit, Junior comes out of the cornfield in a overall diaper, and he says, "Someone looking for a savior?"
Oh no.
And let's just say the reactions from people, that was back when you wrote letters and made phone calls.
Right.
You didn't just text or post about it on social media.
Yeah.
The responses were horrid. I mean, people just going at them because their kids had been watching. And various TV stations just kept getting phone calls. Goo Goo Clusters and Moon Pies distanced themselves from the fiasco, stating that they did not condone that kind of Christmas special.
Oh, man.
So, I mean, you had of course, the singing, because I think Loretta Lynn was a guest on it. And you had the performances of Christmas music, but it was the skits that really kind of seemed to push it over the top. So,
well, they always kind of push the envelope anyway. So
just the way
get some eggnog and some people, and they get a little nutty.
Oh man! And to try to pull that off nowadays, it just. Not that it was right back then, but it was just more socially acceptable back then. I don't know. Well,
I mean, you could smoke on
isn't that the truth? Yeah.
Shows, and now you can't. So.
No, you're right. You're right. Things have changed, and definitely for the better to keep this kind of stuff from happening again.
Oh man.
But you've got
you'll see some similar themes running through here.
Yeah. And see, I am a huge Frank Sinatra fan, and I love the way Dean Martin sings some of the Christmas stuff.
I freaking love Dean Martin. Can I just tell you that I used to watch his show, his weekly show, when it was on.
Yeah.
It was in the 70s, I think, when his show was on. But in the golden age of television, there were 3 channels, and during this season, the Christmas season, starting around Thanksgiving, it was full of variety shows with Christmas themes.
Yep.
So there, pretty much anyone who's anyone had a Christmas special.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
And Dean Martin, starting in 1967, he started having a Christmas special.
Yeah.
So in 67, he had one. In 68, he had one. 69, he had one. And we're going to talk about The Christmas of 69, which
Oh.
I did not pick that. Dean Martin picked 69, not me. So
now, when I would see, I'll see some of those episodes of Johnny Carson.
Yes.
When Dean Martin would show up, and then all of a sudden Frank comes out.
Yeah. And they are tanked.
Oh, they are so
They have a cigarette in their hand and they're tanked.
And it's funny.
You hear the ice clinking. Yeah.
I mean, they lived life. I mean, no question.
Right. So the variety shows were always full of guest singing and dancing and little comedy skits.
Yes. Yeah.
The Christmas specials were no different.
Mm-hmm.
So the special that aired in 1969 got a little too special. And it's all but erased from history. So if you go on YouTube, you can find 1967 and you can find 1968.
Wow.
But you can only find snippets of 69. You can watch the whole episodes.
But see, that's going to be the funnest one to talk about.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So let's get into this. There's some rather sketchy accounts from the participants in the show, but the best accounts are from the critics. So if you piece it together, what the critics said about the show, this is the best accounting.
Okay.
So let's recap. And just a reminder, the show was a live recording too.
Oh.
So it was in front of a live audience, which is really amazing because Dean Martin he's a good singer.
Oh, yeah. And I remember quite a few variety shows where they would do that for the special of like you said, the Christmas special, and they would tout it as this is going to be a live event.
Yes.
And so they pull you in with that.
Yeah. So this was a live show.
Mm-hmm.
And it opens with Dean Martin dressed in a Santa suit singing A Marshmallow World. And I didn't know that song very well, but he opened every single Christmas special with that song.
I like his version of that.
Right.
Yeah.
It's his opener.
Yeah.
And Dean's regular dancers, the Gold Diggers, danced around him as he sang. But Dean was a little red-faced. I mean, not a little. He was
of course
super red-faced because I saw some video of this. And he was pretty tanked. And as the girls spun around him dancing, he was grabbing at their butts. And by the way, he was in a Santa suit without the beard, so you could tell it's Dean. So he's probably like, I'm not gonna wear that beard.
Yeah.
And so he had the hat on and the red suit, and he had a cigarette that wasn't lit and a cocktail in his other hand, and you could hear the ice clinking in the glass.
Yeah.
And so the gold diggers are spinning around him, dancing while he's singing the song, and he was like grabbing drunkenly at butts as they spun by him. He's like, woo! And so he started spinning around. Dean falls off the stage.
No.
And it's a small stage because it's just like a raised thing because they built this little platform in the middle.
Yeah.
So it's like, 9 inches, falls down. The gold diggers pick him up and he's like making a joke. He spilled his drink and his cigarette's bent. And he finishes the song. Fucking doesn't miss a note.
No.
Not a note. Sounds brilliant.
Wow.
So he finishes that and he introduces the next skit, and you can barely understand him with these slurred words. He sang like a little angel, but he could not talk.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And you could not, it was really hard to understand him, but he sang like a fucking angel in that song.
Wow.
Anyway, so he introduces the next skit. The next skit is Dom DeLuise.
Oh, I love Dom.
In a Santa suit. And he's at a Salvation Army thing. He's ringing a bell.
Yeah, ringing the bell.
And
kettle.
This little kid walks up to him and he's like, "Hey, Santa." And Dom DeLuise is like, "Ho, ho, ho, Merry Christmas." Little guy. And the guy's like, punches him. The kid punches Santa in the crotch, punches him in the balls, and says, "That's for last Christmas. I wanted a scooter," or whatever. And Dom DeLuise is like bent over and he's like, "Oh, oh." Yeah. And I was like, Oh, I love this.
Yeah, no kidding. There's
Idiocracy is
nothing
like,
more funny than a crotch hit.
ow, my balls.
Yeah.
So all through the night, it's drunken skit after drunken skit, with in between Dom DeLuise getting cracked in the nuts by kids who didn't get what they wanted.
I'm telling you, the
And-
best thing.
And the last one, the last skit was a really dumb blonde girl who walks up and she's like, Santa, I wanted a ring for my boyfriend.
Oh God. Yeah.
Oh
no, she hits him in the.
Yeah. So it's all
damn.
through. Poor Dom is making his way, and it's this Salvation Army Santa Claus making his way through the town, running into people, and people hitting him in the nuts. It was genius. That's the only. Well,
That's
actually, the whole show kind of sounds genius, but I love that.
right.
Bring back Dom DeLuise getting kicked in the nuts or punched in the nuts.
They probably didn't even tell him he was going to get hit in the nuts. They really did it every time.
But there was a lot of jokes about drinking because they were like, Dean and all the guests were drinking and they were making a lot of jokes about it.
Yeah, you never saw him without a glass.
Right. So the joke though seems to be total reality.
Okay.
Definitely a total reality.
Mhm.
So even though they were joking about it, it was really happening.
Yeah.
The train was definitely off the rails from the start, from the first time he fell down.
Oh God.
So whenever Dean would speak, his words still were getting more and more heavily slurred. I mean, it was really bad.
And this is live.
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah. So there was a skit where Dean sang "Baby, It's Cold Outside" to a very roofied looking Don Rickles, who was dressed in drag.
Oh no. Oh shit.
Because he looked really drunk.
Yeah.
And did the female part of it, and it was really hilarious.
God.
So everyone's laughing about the roofied Don Rickles or the drunk Don Rickles. So.
See, how could you have trusted these guys to stay sober for a Christmas live special? Who the hell came up with that idea?
And Dean can only see Don Rickles from behind, so he thinks it's just like the sexy chick, and only the audience is in on the joke. But it's like crazy, dragged out.
Yeah.
Don Rickles. So it's hilarious and everyone's laughing their ass off. Don Rickles and drag. So, but the final skit, Dean and Frank Sinatra sang Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. And Dean asks everybody who wants a hot toddy? And then the gold diggers come out. And he tells everyone he's renamed them the Hot Toadies. And he's trying to get the Hot Toadies to sit on people's laps.
Oh no.
He's like, just have them sit on your lap. Just a little sit on your lap. From one of the Hot Toadies. And so Dean and his friends had some fun with that. But the folks at NBC were not very happy at all.
God, no.
The audience loved this, by the way.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, and I left this part out. So when Frank Sinatra came in to the room, because Dean is introducing him.
Yeah.
I'd like to invite my friend Frank Sinatra to come. And Frank comes in through the door and he's like, I could barely get in through all the bottles that are out here. And he hears some clanking of bottles.
Oh my God.
But
so
I think
true.
that might have been real.
I
that
bet.
there really were bottles.
Oh, you're not kidding. Oh God.
But the folks at NBC did not like the drunken Christmas special. It actually was high in the ratings. People loved it.
Oh, I bet.
So the reviews from critics, they hated it because they were very pious back then. And it was 69. So it's not, they don't want to see all this.
No.
Ass grabbing and drinking and smoking on TV.
Yeah.
But the audience freaking loved it.
I can see why.
But
damn.
NBC lost some sponsors because of it.
Ooh.
And so it was kind of a bad deal for them. So after a 3-year run, Dean Martin's Christmas special was retired.
Oh, man.
But do not fret.
No, what?
Because Dean talked NBC brass into returning his special 1976.
Whoa, it took a few years.
Yep. So in 76, return to the Dean Martin special. And it was just as drunken a romp as the 69 one.
They didn't learn their lesson.
Because they're going, okay, the ministers aren't going to yell at us now. Kellogg's isn't going to pull their Frosted Flakes money.
Yeah.
So here we go. Grab ass and drink.
Yep.
Yep. And for the record, Dean fell down a total of 3 times during that Christmas special.
The one in the 70s?
Yes.
Oh, God.
Oh, I left out another part. So there was this really funny skit where, in that last skit where they were singing Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas.
Oh, yeah, at the end.
Where Sammy Davis Jr.
Sammy Davis, yeah.
Came down the chimney.
Oh, yeah.
And was dusting himself off.
Yeah.
And Dean comes up to him and he licks his handkerchief because he always wears a tuxedo.
Yeah, of course. Always posh.
Licked his little handkerchief and tried to wipe his face. And there was
oh no.
It was Sammy Davis Jr.
No.
And you got a little soot on your face. And he is patting him off. And you can tell it's ad-libbed.
Yeah.
And Sammy's like,
oh yeah.
And they're all laughing. And Sammy, when he would laugh, he would bend over and kind of grab his crotch.
Oh my God. No.
Which is why all the rappers do it, I think. Because Sammy
it's the Sammy.
Yeah, he would bend down and laugh.
You're right, because he would kind of bend over.
Right. And so one of the biggest bitches from that, and when critics were writing about the show, was that that black man was dancing with a hot toddy. They did not like that in 1969 because they did this whole little routine like the Rockettes at the end.
Yeah.
And they were getting a little too close with the white girls.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
That was true back then.
So anyway, that's the Christmas special of 69. But doesn't it sound awesome?
It does. It sounds way better than Sabrina's.
Right.
Oh.
Maybe they should just dust these off, because I think that we would be okay with them.
No kid. Well, there's that show, the one about where the 2 people get drunk and they talk about history. Is that even on anymore? The Drunken History or something?
Okay, I love that show. If they could have drunk variety show.
Oh my God. Just let it flow.
Yes.
And
where it's actually people who are entertainers.
Yeah.
Get them really drunk and say, you got to make a skit and do some song and dance stuff.
They'd love it. Yeah, I'd love it.
Oh my God.
See?
I would watch Drunken Variety Show. It's like, okay, get all your friends together. You're going to do a show.
I wonder if they'd listen to a drunken podcast.
Well, they do every Wednesday. I mean, come on. Welcome to Jackalope Tales, everybody.
Kishing with our glasses. Oh, shit. Oh.
And I just touched your dog's butthole.
That was mine.
Oh God.
Oh shit. God, 2 variety shows, man.
But see, I want to watch these. And so I started going back on YouTube and watching some of these old variety shows.
Yeah.
And I started with 67 Dean Martin. It's great. It's greatness. And he's drunk on that one too. You can totally tell he's a little toasty.
Well, I wish I could go back and find Hee Haws, but at least you can see the other Dean ones.
I would watch them.
I'm going to watch them too. Yeah. I love those.
Yep.
Man.
So that's the way I'm going to spend Christmas Eve, I think, is watching some Dean Martin varieties.
And playing some Bob Dylan.
Right.
Christmas album. We have listened to one of those songs. So this is Christmas Day.
Yes.
On this
Merry
Wednesday.
Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas. We highly recommend listening to Bob Dylan and his Christmas album.
Here it goes.
Yeah, okay.
I'll play something.
Yeah, what was the one we were just playing a while ago?
We don't want the...
No. Here we go. Come on.
We see
This is for real. This is for real.
This is
not a
real.
joke.
He's not inebriated, supposedly.
Merry Christmas, everybody. But before we let y'all go for Christmas dinner or whatever you're going to do.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
We have to soothe you with the sound of kazoo.
The kazoo. I hope people get a kazoo for Christmas because we can have a kazoo just
a kazoo party. Right. You know, because welcome in the Christmas spirit with a kazoo. Oh. And if you play that, do a little Christmas song. Jingle Bells sounds good on it, but then Silent Night is like magical.
Yeah.
Hark the Herald Angels Sing.
That's the mood. Right. I mean, a candle and a kazoo. Oh my God. You just can't go wrong. Yeah. But this is the Lone Star Salute. So we're going to be talking about 1-star reviews.
Right.
Of music.
Anything to do with music. Could be a show. It could be whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm going to do a Christmas special. It's a little bit different.
Nice.
It's not really music as much as it is a Christmas special. So it kind of ties in.
I see the connection. So go.
My Lone Star Salute is Nestor the Long-Eared Christmas Donkey. Okay. This is by Anonymous.
Yeah.
And Anonymous says, this is a grueling, miserable story for kids. Does anyone still submit his child to this? I spent 22 of the most agonizing minutes of my life watching this real bad puppetoon.
Okay.
Made for TV movie. In this charmer, Nestor is mercilessly ridiculed by everyone because of his long ears.
Yep.
And is nearly kidnapped by Roman soldiers who are stealing donkeys for use of the empire, and runs away with help from his mom, only to watch her freeze to death during a snowstorm.
Oh.
What the fuck?
Oh.
Why do cartoons always have moms dying? And like Bambi and all of
formula.
I know. Yeah. And this isn't Disney.
No, it's not.
Merry freaking Christmas. Only watch this if you think that giving the Virgin Mary a ride into Bethlehem is gift enough to make up for your miserable, wretched existence. Cynic that I am, don't buy it.
I know the show you're talking about.
Yeah, I think I might have watched this, but I don't remember.
Air this one at all anymore because of how
she freezes to death.
I know.
Good Lord, man.
And that was the thing. That was the theme of the shows back then. Rudolph and his red nose. You got this donkey with his big ears. They give them a flaw that
people make fun of and get bullied.
Yeah, yeah. And that's the age we grew up in. We were taught to ridicule.
That's why we do. That's why we do. And that's what we're doing now with our podcast is we're bullying people.
Yes, that's true.
Right, we're making fun. Look at Dean's red nose.
Right? Now, my 1-star was written by a guy who calls himself DJ DNR.
Ooh, do not resuscitate.
Yeah. And it's about Hee Haw's music CD volume 2.
Oh, okay. So, I didn't know there was one.
Yeah. Oh,
I didn't know there was a volume 1.
There's like 4 or 5. Oh, yeah. As a DJ who spends tracks for nursing home bingo nights, I know my audience. These folks will groove to anything from Glenn Miller to the sound of pudding being stirred. But,
oh my God.
But Hee Haw Volume 2, this CD cleared the room faster than prune juice. It's less classic country and more audible root canal. Ooh. One of the residents even asked me to turn it off. If music could revoke your will to play bingo, this is it. 1 star, but only because the CD case makes a decent coaster.
Oh, shit.
And it's amazing because if you go on to Amazon or things like that and look up Hee Haw CDs,
yeah,
there's a slew of them.
now I'm going to have to get that for Christmas for myself.
And what's funny is I saw a bunch of 1-star reviews because tons of them were bootlegs.
Oh, that's even better. They probably bootlegged themselves.
Because they were like, this cover looks like it was done on a printer.
Didn't they have bootleggers on the show?
Oh, yes, of course.
They probably did it.
Liquor bootleggers, moonshiners, and CD.
Oh my God. Yes.
There you go.
I love it.
See, they're just keeping in the theme of their show.
Yep.
Oh,
what is that noise?
Oh, man. It sounds like a Dean Martin jig. That's for sure.
You just want to get jiggy with it?
I know.
With
Make it want to fall off the stage a few times.
Grab hot Toadies' ass.
Oh, the happy ending.
The happy ending.
Oh.
So it's really hard. So because of the times that we're in, there was no VCRs in 1969. And when was it? 1970?
72 or 71.
Right.
Yeah.
So
no, there wasn't.
So there is no evidence of these shows existing right now, except for little pieces put together by the people that were a part of the show,
own the film or something,
or the critics.
Yeah.
Because even the other ones, I found some really bad VHS recordings where you can see the little shaking on the side.
Crane.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because they replayed it or something and someone recorded it.
Okay.
But I can only find snippets of the 69 one.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you said the same thing with the Hee Haw one, right?
Yeah. It was hard to find anything about this because, of course, I mean, probably the studios burned negatives.
Yeah. When the networks got pissed at you, they made shit disappear.
Yes.
Period.
Exactly.
Period.
You or the film. Yeah.
Yes. So it's really hard to piece together some of this. So right now, these are existing as Jackalope Tales.
Yeah.
But if anyone freaking finds more footage of the Dean Martin special from 69 or the Hee Haw Hoedown.
Yeah. The
Hoedown.
Yes. Yeah.
Freaking let us know because
it would almost be like someone had to film their TV to even
or someone that worked there.
Oh, see,
got out because how did they get the 67, 68 one out?
Yeah.
So someone's got a 69.
Oh my God. How did we live in days without VCR?
I don't know. I don't know.
We had to watch everything live.
Or YouTube, because now we can just dial it up on YouTube and watch everything we want.
So good.
So good.
Man, what a Christmas day.
It's a good Christmas day.
I hope y'all listen to us on your ride to grandma's house.
Oh my God. Were you going to eat some ham?
Yeah. Everyone's yelling in the car while you're trying to listen to us.
Right. And you're thinking about that new underwear you're going to unwrap. Or all the condoms in your stockings.
Condoms?
Yeah. Didn't you get condoms in your stockings?
I just got scratch offs, which I guess are similar. But yes, I hope everyone has a Merry Christmas.
Yeah. Merry Christmas, everybody. Yeah. Another year down.
Yeah. Oh, God. We're going to have a New Year's podcast.
Yeah. So enjoy baby Jesus. And all the things that come with baby Jesus, like a star and Bethlehem and camels. What else? Grandmas.
Yeah, single moms.
Right. Enjoy all the single moms.
Yeah.
This one's for the ladies.
That's what I'm talking about. Some wise men.
Oh man.
All the ladies.
So thanks everyone for listening.
Appreciate you all.
We really love y'all and appreciate you.
Man, be sure to like, subscribe, rate, leave us reviews on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere you get your podcasts. We love to hear from you all. So
check us out on all the socials.
Yeah. Until next time, we'll have a new year.
Oh my God. And join us next time as we question, is it real or is it a jackalope tale?
Man.
The single ladies. Single ladies. That's a really good Christmas song.
It really is. Who would have known it was composed by Mary?
Right.
Yeah.
She rode Joseph's ass all the way to Bethlehem.
Did Dean say that joke?
Yeah,
that would have been a Dean Martin joke.
It's a Don Rickles kind of.
It really
isn't
is. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
Rodney Dangerfield. And no respect. What do I have in common with Joseph? His wife rode his ass all the way to Bethlehem.
Oh, it was cool in the day when they all got drunk.
Oh, man. Yeah. Now you can't drink on TV.
No, they give you apple juice.
Yeah.
No way.
I think we should.
Well,
They used to really have sex on TV, too. Like on the Brady Bunch. I heard that Alice was buggering the Sam the Butcher in real life.
that blue outfit and the apron.
Right.
Whoa, what's she have under that apron?
I know. And what's the mom's name? Florence Henderson.
Yeah.
She was buggering Greg.
Yes.
Talk about family time. Go have Christmas family time and think about the Brady Bunch all buggering each other.
Man, they were working that bunk bed.
Yeah. Mid-century modern.
Yeah.
Their sex life as well.
Oh man. See, we just keep going. We end the show and we just keep going.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Ho, 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 Merry Christmas! Ho, 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 ho.